What's up, guys? We're back with another video. It's Krypt here, and I thought I'd bring you guys a full season simulation of GM mode. I was going to do just a regular season just to see how the standings were, what the point totals were like for certain players, the awards, who won the cup, stuff like that. So I went ahead, started one with the Maple Leafs since you couldn't actually do a regular, a single season. So I started GM with the Maple Leafs. I didn't change any of the lines, didn't do anything like that, didn't make any trades. Just kind of simulated. Oh yeah, I wanted to go until the All-Star break, so that's what I did here, and I'm going to show you guys the Eastern Conference, Western Conference, stuff like that, and I'll do it again at the end of the season, and then show you some of the point totals, stuff like that, just to see, because if you remember last year, the simulation was kind of weird at the beginning. I mean, you'd have teams like the Bruins, and, finishing in last place, and Calgary finishing in first place, so I thought it'd be a good idea to show you guys how the simulation actually worked in this game. There's overhauled, how many injuries there were, and stuff like that. Yeah, so as you can see here, we got Dallas struggling. I think they're pretty much last in the West in the entire league. And yeah, so it goes like teams like Tampa, Carolina. That's a surprising one. Carolina and Nashville actually did surprisingly well in this. And here we go. So halfway through the season, point leaders on the Maple Leafs for the, JVR, Kessel, whatever. I'm gonna go through every team. Point totals at the end of the season, but just for the halfway mark, I'm just gonna go to the full entire league. You know what I mean? Yeah. So here we go. We got Stamkos with 68 points in 48 games. That's pretty unreal. Eric Stahl. So James Neal, he's been tearing it up. It's pretty unlikely. I mean, it's interesting for sure. So the usual suspects. I don't see Crosby anywhere over here. We see Malkin over there, 46 and 46. Le Cavalier. That's pretty interesting. Maybe he's playing on the line with Drew or something. Zdeno. So there's Crosby, 45 points in 46 games, which, kind of ran into that problem last year. I think he's an what am I saying, a 97 overall in this, so he should be putting up a ton of points. Anyways, yeah, so that was till the All-Star break. As you can see here, I don't actually think you can play the All-Star game in GM mode. But maybe I just couldn't figure it out and I'm an idiot, but yeah, let me know if you guys could actually do that, because I want to show you guys who made the All-Star teams for each conference or whatever. But yeah, I couldn't figure it out, so I ended up just simulating to the end of the season. But yeah, let me know if you guys can actually figure that out. You can kind of figure out who the All-Stars would be anyways, just by looking at the point totals halfway through the season. Let's see what else I did here. So I think I eventually just said screw it and simulate to the rest of the year. Yeah, so there we go. Like the Maple Leafs finished 36, 36, and 10, as you can see there on the bottom right. And I'm pretty sure now I just go into the full regular season stats for the teams, and I'll eventually do the players and the awards, stuff like that. I would say the entire simulation took about anywhere from like 30 to 45 minutes. I didn't actually keep a timer on it, and that's with skipping all the scouting assignments. I didn't really pay attention to any scouting. I didn't do any trades. So here we go. Let's get into the standings. So the Rangers and Lightning both finished with 107 points. I mean, that's not too unreasonable. Bruins are up there. That's a surprise. The Florida Panthers actually made the playoffs, 93 points. Pittsburgh kind of just snuck in there, so that's interesting. Maybe Crosby didn't perform as well as he should have. Carolina made the playoffs, which is pretty interesting as well. Detroit just made, man, look at that. New Jersey and Detroit tied in points, but it looks like, let's see here, yeah, Detroit had more regulation overtime wins, so. I don't see Montreal anywhere. Yeah, there we go, Toronto, yeah, 82 points in 82 games. Yeah, I mean, you can argue that's pretty realistic, given how they finished last season. Ottawa, yeah, look at that, Ottawa, Toronto, Montreal, and Buffalo all finished last. Buffalo was awful in the simulation, which, that's what most people are saying they're going to be, but yeah, that's interesting. Montreal finished second last in the East. I don't know how that worked out, but maybe they had an injury or two. That's the other thing. I did keep injuries on just to see, how many players would get injured. And it wasn't really that many, but we'll double check at the end here when I check the stats. And look at that, Nashville actually finished first in the West. I'm guessing James Neal was their leading scorer. Arizona, Edmonton actually made the playoffs too as well. That's interesting. Let's see who missed here. The Canucks just missed. The Ducks just missed. Man, Dallas got smoked. Dallas and St. Louis actually missed the playoffs as well. and I think Calgary was last there. I didn't. Man, yeah, so Dallas, St. Louis missed the playoffs, and then teams like Nashville and Edmonton made it, so that's interesting. So here we go. Oh, I just skipped over Anaheim really quickly, but I'm just going through all the teams here. I think Getzlaf finished with 79 points. Here we go. Krejci, 67, 71, so yep. Buffalo obviously finished pretty badly. Ennis was the leading scorer, and you can see by the games played here, I'm assuming people without a lot of games played were the ones that were injured for obvious reasons. Yeah, Stahl. So Carolina made the playoffs, led by Stahl. Chicago, Patrick Kane with 87 points. Yeah, look at that. Jonathan Toews, 66 points in 79 games, so that's interesting. Colorado, I believe they made the playoffs as well. Columbus, I'm pretty sure they missed the playoffs. Their leading scorer was Scott Hartnell. Look at that. Yeah, Ryan Johansson, looks like he was injured. He still had 45 points in 51 games, though, so he looks like a good player to have and be a GMO. But he did miss 30 or so games, probably from injury. Oh, there we go. Dallas missed. But yeah, look at Dallas. Like, almost all their players played over 70 games, so that's interesting how they didn't make the play. They were actually pretty low in the West. Yeah, so no, as you can see on the left here, in the games played column, most of these guys have played over 70-something games. So yeah, it doesn't look like there's been a lot of major injuries. Brian Campbell got injured here on Florida, I see, but Florida actually still made the playoffs. Leading scorer had 64 points in Huberdeau. Richards led the way for the Kings. Gaborik looks like he got injured. Parise. Yep, so Minnesota, I'm pretty sure they missed the playoffs, I should say. Oh, here we go. Montreal, Pacioretty had 42 goals, but their leading scorer was him with 66 points. So maybe, obviously not enough offense there. There we go. James Neal, 84 points, over 20 points higher than the next guy. So he was probably on the line with like Mike Fisher or Ribeiro, and yeah, he just lit it up, I guess. Yeah, Jersey just missed. So we'll see. I'll look at all the goalies for the entire league afterwards, but I won't look at the goalies for each individual team because that'll take a lot of time. Erik Karlsson, 81 points in 82 games, but still, Ottawa missed. Philly, I believe, did make the playoffs. Man, LeCavalier finished with 65 points in 82 games. Yeah, Pittsburgh just snuck in. Crosby only 82 points again. Yeah, this is why St. Louis missed. I mean, the leading scorer 68 points with Steen. Doesn't look like injuries played a factor, though. Probably their goaltending. Thornton only had 67 points, and it looks like Couture was injured there, too. You can always pause it and go back. I'm just really quickly going through this. I don't want to spend forever on it. Stamkos obviously ran away. 51 goals, 96 points. Obviously why the Lightning had 107 points. Leafs missed the playoffs. Kessel with 87. Kadri had a pretty good year, 68 points in 72 games, so he does pretty well in this. Vancouver, I'm pretty sure they missed the playoffs, and wow, that's why. 62 points in 82 games for Daniel Sedin, so you can't really blame a lot of injuries. I'm pretty sure Backstrom got injured on Washington here, so maybe that's why Ovechkin didn't do as well. But still. So pretty interesting. And finally, yeah, we got Winnipeg Jets there. So going back to the entire league, just going to quickly sort the points, the goals, assists, and all that good stuff. And then we'll switch over the goalies real quickly. And I'm pretty sure I just take a look at the awards at the end of the season. So yeah, some pretty usual suspects here. Malkin, Crosby's all the way down there, 82 and 82. I mean, yeah, it's pretty interesting. I mean, I'm pretty sure he's a 97 overall, 96, excuse me. But yeah, man, goals 51, 48. Obviously, Neal had a really good season. Assists, St. Louis, Eberle, Koivu. Okay, so it's not that unrealistic. I mean, there's a few teams like St. Louis and Dallas just really, like, it could be goaltending, why they missed the playoffs, shots, Kessel led the league, stuff like that. I'm pretty sure I switch over to goalies here really quickly. Yep, there we go. So let's take a look at how the goalies did. Carey Price, looks like, yeah, 256 goals against. Games played, Varlamov, Miller, Luongo. So yeah, all these guys played a lot of games. It's just obviously quick. Varlamov, Rene, usual suspects. So yeah, it's interesting why the Carey Price's picture's still up there, which is weird. I guess takes a while to update. Shots against, all that good stuff. So yeah, let me know in the comments what you guys think of this video. I mean, the simulation, think it's realistic. I mean, I personally think Montreal, even though I'm not really a fan of their team, I mean, they finished like second last in the East. I mean, that's a lot low for them for sure. I guess that could happen, but you never know. But also teams like Dallas and St. Louis, they missed the playoffs, which is pretty hard to believe. But yeah, we'll see here. I think I go check out the rookies after this. Yeah, let's check out the rookies really quickly. I think the only one that did pretty decently was a guy in Washington. Yeah, Kuznetsov, 81 games, and he had 42 points. Everyone else was kind of just like, eh. Okay, so we're going to wrap up here soon. Just quickly going to take a look at the awards and a few other things. So, Kings won the Cup, Rangers won the Presidents, and it looks like it was the Kings and Red Wings in the finals. That's funny. Red Wings, I believe they finished in 8th. Stamkos. Tyson Barrie won the Norris. That's interesting. Patrick Kane, Kuznetsov, yep. Vezina went to Steve Mason. Okay, interesting. Maybe that's why Philly made the playoffs. Lindsay, Maurice Richard. Oh man, Stamkos. What do you have? Like 4 awards? 5? I think he had 4 awards. That's great. Oh yeah, look at this. Another thing I noticed here was this thing says Marian, Hossa and Zdeno Chara retired. I couldn't find the actual retirement screen. This is just like the kind of message center. So interesting. So after year 1, Chara and Thing retired. So yeah, and just wrapping up, the Leafs auto-drafted Matthew Barzal, 5th overall. You can see a little bit of his stats there. Obviously, you can't do the draft yet, but Rammer tweeted out that he was going to patch that coming up soon, so we'll see when that happens. Anyways, let me know what you guys thought of videos. Leave a like or a comment, and thanks for watching, guys.